Okay, welcome to KSP, and today I'm going to do something completely not serious and tons of fun. And we're going to mess with something known as the Infiniglider. Infiniglider exploits the stock aerodynamic model of the game, and also takes use of the fact that some parts on this glitchy looking thing that's already shaking has no mass. Oh, it has mass listed in the VAB and spaceplane hangar, but it really doesn't have any mass. Alright, so I was using this in 24.2, but this is 25, so this looks completely different now. So what will happen when I toggle my stage here is these little itty-bitty rocket nozzles are going to fire off at a pretty low thrust. At least they should be low thrust. This will decouple, which frees it from the fact that I had a command pod with my pilot here. And we're going to see if we can get this thing to shoot off into the stratosphere and do crazy, odd things. So let's go. Alright, looks so far so good, and we're airborne. So yeah, they're doing a slow burn. And I'm already going pretty rip-snot fast for an itty-bitty little plane, because this thing weighs, at least according to the information display, 0.4 tons, which is practically nothing. And already we are... Now notice, my speed was going up a little bit, because I'm taking advantage of some of the weird physics of the game. But this isn't working quite as well as it used to be. Oh, see, there we go. Basically, I'm flapping my wings. Once you get above a certain point, it'll start just speeding up a whole bunch. At least it did in 0.24. This is 0.25, so the behavior may be a little bit different. I'm talking too much. My daughter thinks I'm talking too much. But anyway, it kind of more or less works a little bit. I used to have this with an ion engine back here, but I said, no, that doesn't work quite as well as I thought, so we'll just get rid of that because it really wasn't doing much good. So yeah, flapping the rudders, and I'm speeding up. Of course, I'm going down, so let's say, alright, gravity's no longer a factor in me speeding up, right? So if you had auto fire on your keyboard, you could actually get this thing to go pretty quick. But I don't. If you did a macro key, that'd work well, wouldn't it? So yeah, I can basically fly around as much as I want. Our pilot does not look like he's having a good time. Understandably so, because this is a little death trap, and it kills the pilot about once every other flight. So yeah, that's Infiniglide, and it looks like they toned it down a bunch for 0.25. With the older, small flaps, this thing would quickly shoot off into the stratosphere. It had a max flight ceiling of around 11,000 meters, and I was able to get up that high because around 2,000 to 3,000 meters it would just accelerate like crazy to about 500, 600 meters per second, which is pretty insane considering it has no engines right now. Yeah, fuel-deprived little boosters. I suppose if I really wanted to be stupid, I could turn on cheats. And was that Control-Shift F12? No, Control-Shift F11? No, it's not that. I'm not sure what the button is for that, but anyway. They changed it. So let's see if we can land this thing and actually, you know, survive. My first successful landing I did with this, I managed to just bail the pilot out instead of attempting to survive it and the landing. Oh, see, we're speeding up now. I don't want to speed up, I want to slow down. Okay, can we get a landing that's not going to kill me? Let's avoid the ramp there. It's actually more stable now that it's been updated to 0.25. Alright, so touchdown. And I have the brakes on, and now we're like trying desperately to slow down before we take off again like that. So yeah, it takes off and... there we go. Alright, so that's a landing. And if I want to park the thing, I just put the landing gear down. Bonk. And so now the pilot can actually get out and walk around. Although, let's try this. Blurp. There we go. We'll leave the seat. We'll go ahead and... No. Don't knock your stuff over, man. Pilot was killed trying to exit the aircraft. We don't need the pilot anymore anyway. The question is, I don't know if I can actually get this thing to take off anymore. So yeah, it's strictly a one-shot glider that relies on glitchy physics to work. It's more fun to fly in 0.24.2. But it's still pretty viable as a one-shot little glider in 0.25. So yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching.